What's going on to you Aries out here? Hopefully y'all are having a great day. You Aries have the new beginnings, page of Michael and the ace of Michael. Very good. So Aries is about new beginnings. Even though this doesn't represent you in the major arcana, it's kind of appropriate because you Aries represent new beginnings. So new beginnings relationally, socially. Um, Page of Michael, Ace of Michael, just learning how to speak to people, um, just I mean, to be honest with you, Aries, there's really nothing really too wrong with you. You Aries interact with people on a level where you just try to like be there for people, and people are the ones spazzing out on you and giving you problems. And you Aries are the ones to kind of like just, kind of just going MIA for a little bit. And, new beginnings, giving this a chance, waiting to see if people just, if they're ready to actually socialize and stop acting like they're awkward, because they'll scapegoat you. They'll say that you're weird. It's like, no, they're weird because you don't want anything from them. You Aries have so much. You're not really trying to take anything from them. You're not a like a parasite trying to take something from them, because you Aries have so much. So it's like when you interact with others, it's like people act like you taking something from them, right? Like you taking something off of their table, and it's like I'm a little bit under the weather, but you're not taking anything from them. So a lot of you Aries are learning how to speak to people, right? Like learning how to disarm other people from when they want to start spazzing out on you. Okay, you just know what it is, and you know how to move forward. So it's not like, well, why did this person do that? You understand why they think that they're overreacting. They haven't got over certain issues, so it's time for you to move forward. And then you have the Queen of Michael and the Six of Michael. So these two cards right here is about, and that puts you Aries on a whole new emotional and mental state, because you're a lot less affected by other people's baggage, and you're a lot more in tune with your own selves and what you Aries need to essentially do, right? You're a lot more focused because of it, right? You're not going to be so bothered by what other people want to do, and the passive aggressive behavior, because what got you upset, what got you Aries upset in the past is people's passive aggressive behavior. You say what's up, they act like they don't hear you, right? You call them, they don't call back. You call them, you say, hey, let's hang out, or whatever the case may be. Instead of them ask you, if you want them to pay for this or pay for that, or if you want them to pay for this on the date, instead of them do that, or whatever the case may be, they're not really asking you the question. They just jump to conclusions and dip. So a lot of you Aries just understand, like, okay, you're learning how to communicate better from other people so that you can understand how to understand others better, right? And so that is a very powerful tool. When you know how to communicate with others better, right? And you listen to the type of stuff that they on, and you don't really pay attention to the politics, but you pay attention to the politics enough to understand what they're actually doing, as opposed to the nonsense that they're doing, right? So that makes you Aries even more dangerous. And the reason why is because, so you have all these different financial things, and on top of that, you Aries have all these different tools, social tools, ways in which you can get into a person's head. You could figure out the intent of a person, right? Like, you know what's going on with this person. And the Six of Michael speaks to how, and so there's a lot less like frustration that comes with you Aries communicating with others. It's more of a, and I've heard of a lot of you Aries thanking me for letting you know to just move on. Yeah, you know, because they're mad and secure around you. So when they interact with you, they gonna have issues, and like Taurus, they gonna have issues. They're gonna be envious of you while they're in a relationship with you. Like you wouldn't want a person like that around you anyway, calling themselves your friend or person who's working for you or person who's working with you on the job or maybe the two of y'all are employees, however it may be, relationship. You don't want someone like that around you because they're looking at you like, I'm mad and secure around this Aries because this Aries is doing something I'll never be able to actually live up to. So I'm in this Aries shadow. I'll be chasing up on after this Aries shadow. So if you make them into like person whom you're in a relationship with, that's no bueno, because you can't have someone who's envious of you also being that close to you. They'll do things where they'll do things where it's like they'll put the two of y'all in jeopardy, because I don't want you Aries to do so much, because it'll be kind of like an anger. So the moon, the 10 of Michael, and the 9 of Michael speaks to how you Aries know that y'all spaz. Y'all will get upset. Y'all will be angry if you got close to somebody and you put in all this hard work just for a person to sabotage you and want to tear you down and all of that. Treat you like trash, give you a difficult time in life. You Aries ain't going. You Aries ain't going. So the 10 of Gabriel and the 4 of Ariel speaks to how you Aries will be in a situation where the 10 of Gabriel and the 4 of Ariel, right? It speaks to how like however, you Aries do see a value in knowing how to socialize better. You'll use it. You'll use socializing with people better, talking to other people better, to further advance yourself. So overall, in this reading, there's a sense of you Aries giving other people a chance. Like you Aries kind of like just been chill, just been kind of isolated, just kind of not isolated, but just kind of like sought after solitude for a while, right? Like y'all ain't really went anywhere, and then just now, it's like you Aries are like, okay, it's time to get back out here. It's time to actually socialize, because you needed a little bit of a break. So now you Aries are like, okay, it's time to socialize, time to get back out here, time to start enjoying myself, it's time to start living my life again. Boom. But this time, you Aries are like, okay, but you're not just going to socialize with people and be the same that you were prior to you taking a break. You Aries will be paying attention to how you can get better. So socializing with other people. I had to do that same thing myself when it came to the whole TikTok situation, because I love TikTok, but I don't like it at the same time sometimes. Because what I don't like about it is how a lot of people, they do things online that they would never do face to face. You know what I mean? They do a lot of real messed up stuff, and I don't know what it is, but like they completely drop the ball and miss the mark. They want all this respect, but then they're so offended at everything, right? They're so soft, they're so tender, they're offended about literally everything. And it's like a lot of people, the only time that I've had a person tell me SMD suck my is over the internet, because I've never been told that face to my face. Face to face. I've never had a person be like, oh yeah, because they will never do that, because that's stupid, because they know if it's a dude, that is, I'll sock them in their face. They know this. Everybody in my neighborhood who knows me knows that I'll do that. But I've had chicks tell me that on TikTok. So it just gets really wild because I just be noticing like they'll say and do things that they'll never say and do face to face. But then at the same time, I had to take personal responsibility for it because I'm like, I'm over there. So you know what? Let me just chill off of it. Let me just go by myself because I don't deserve all of this unnecessary disrespect, right? You say what's up, people ignore you. So they wanna isolate you or alienate you as like a weirdo or whatever. And it's like maybe you just don't understand the stuff that I be saying. Like instead of you ask me what a surfer means, the philosophy of the surfer, you're not really understanding what I'm saying. It's like Pootie Tang, right? It's like Pootie Tang. If you ever seen that movie Pootie Tang, where they say that we don't know sometimes what it is that he was saying, but we always know what he meant. Meaning that he comes up, meaning that I come up with my own slang and I come up with my own philosophy and my own slogans on my own. I don't need for it to become popular, but they not peeping game. And instead of them ask what that is, they more so just look at it like, oh, well, you're socially awkward. Right, but according to whom? Because don't listen to, again, it's like Pootie Tang. Don't listen to the exact words that I'm speaking all the time, especially if it don't make sense. Understand the philosophy of what I'm talking about, the meaning behind the stuff. And then it's the same thing going on with you, Aries. You are not the same person. You Aries have become better because while you've been on that little break, you've been trying to pay attention to how you can communicate with other people. And you're learning how to socialize and communicate better. And it's not a matter of, I guess you could say it is better, but it's not a matter of it being something being wrong with you per se. It's more so in which you Aries are trying to figure out how you can make things as clear and concise that even an idiot can pick it up. Because I know how sometimes like you Aries will say certain things and other people won't understand what you're talking about. Yeah. You gotta keep telling you, Aries, got a lot of dumb people out here. You got a lot of real stupid people out here to where you'll say anything, no matter how low level it is, they still won't understand what you're talking about. That's why I was saying that there's no point in trying to be socially accepted, because sometimes no matter what you say, it still kind of goes in one ear and out the other, right? So you Aries are trying to figure out verbally what you can say to empower yourselves and how you can speak to others in a way where they can understand. And the best way from my understanding is to explain yourself. Always explain yourself, because people are too emotionally driven and they're ready to spaz. They do all this promising and hooping and hollering that you're spazzing out, but they don't understand that it's not you, it's actually them. So my suggestion to you, Aries, is to explain the stuff that you're talking about, because too many people can't listen to. Too many people can't listen to the game that you saying and then actually pick it up in one scoop. You're gonna have to explain it to them. They can't figure it out. You're gonna have to explain it to them. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. I'm at 20,300 and change or whatever, but you know, the YouTube algorithm thinks that I'm not uploading enough, but this is my 100th video for the month, but whatever. Smash the subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all. If you'd like to contact me for a personal reading, the link to that is in the comment section below. It's called a Linktree link. Appreciate it. And yeah, Aries, trust me, the best thing that I realized is that just explain everything. If you want a person to move in a particular kind of way, People don't know how to gain the information, and then they got it. You're going to have to explain it to them. XYZ. Surfer. If you don't explain it to them, they're going to be all over the place. If you explain it to them, well, a surfer is a person that doesn't hold on to anything because they're surfing through life. They're not on solid ground. And they understand that when it comes to interacting with other people and other things, they understand that things can essentially go shaky. So instead of them trying to control everything, they are learning how to use what is uncontrollable to their advantage, like a surfer. But they may not understand what that is. But me breaking it down like this, explaining it to you, they'll figure it out. So that's it. Comment on the video. Peace.